all different kinds of music that meets us where we are. Songs about getting washed away into that deep dark blue, and songs of joy that is just as true. I woke up to the sound of machine gun fire and the power was off. And I think to myself, where am I? I'm in this dreamy state, and I realize, I'm in the Sudan. How did I get here? All I remember is my friend Doug was introducing me to his friend Mark. Mark, this is Dave. Dave plays music, Doug said. Mark says, hey Dave, what kind of music do you play? And I said, I don't know, can I just get my guitar? Because it'd be much faster than trying to explain. I don't really know. And Mark looks at Doug like, is he crazy? And Doug sort of shrugs like, yeah, but he's harmless. So Mark says, well, I'm in kind of a hurry. Obviously, he was in a hurry. His car's running with the door open. But I run and I get my guitar. I say, oh no, this won't take long. And I'm on the way back with my guitar and I'm thinking, what song for this guy? And I get, play him Three Brothers. So I play him this song. It was a new song at the time. I get done playing it, he's moved. And he's looking at Doug like, is this a setup? Doug looks at him like, I'd never heard the song. So Mark looks at me and says, do you know that that's my song? I mean, do you know that's what my life is about? And I said, oh. And Mark says, would you be willing to come play that song in settings where it would make a difference between life and death? I said, sure. I like to think I would follow where the music goes. That's the promise I made. So he said, okay. And he gets in his car. I learned from Doug that Mark is a person who goes all over this planet to where there's conflict. People whose stories are in such conflict they can't listen anymore. And he holds their stories in a bigger story so they can talk again about what they have in common. So it wasn't long until Mark called up. Hey Dave, this is Mark, you know Doug's friend? Yeah. Can you meet us day after tomorrow, 6 in the morning, JFK Airport? I said, where are we going? He said, the Sudan. I said, I gotta talk to my wife. The timing wasn't right, there was we were in the middle of recording and it was a conflict. Well, of course I went, but I mean, it was just one of those things, you gotta do it. So, I was there for a few days and I played in these rooms where I was scared. I mean, not as scared as the night that I woke up to the sound of machine gun fire, but scared. I made a promise to myself that if I did make it back to where my car was parked here in North Carolina, I would kiss the ground, and I did. But in those rooms, when I was scared not just because there was a lot of Uzis at the doors. I was scared because this country, the Sudan, where we were, so exhausted from war. Just decades of war. And my happy little, pleasant little, you know, those songs would sound like nonsense. What can I sing in the face of this sorrow? What can I sing in the face of this pain? So I'm walking up, because, you know, Mark gives me that look, like, you know, there's a lot of different speakers in the room. All the different warring tribes are there, all the different factions that have never been in the same room before are together. And they're listening in translation with their headphones in many different languages that are going on as the different speakers get up. And some speakers are visionaries. They're talking about the history of this land. The river has gone by for thousands of years, and they talk about what's possible. Other speakers are just angry, they're just frustrated. And the tension in the room rises and Mark looks at me like, get up there, sing something. And I'm walking up there thinking, oh great, picked the wrong song, 10 more years of war, my fault. So I'm asking in my heart, what song could I possibly sing? And I get, you should play Native Tongue. And do that prayer that you learned. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, this could be bad. What if I say it wrong? Dave, my heart says, play the song and do the prayer. But it shows you're walking, you're trying. Come on, meet them halfway. Say the prayer in a language they'll understand. It was kind of cool that they were very suspect as the American gets up there. Oh, the American's going to play guitar now. Make everything all right, huh? And they were starting to put their headphones on, and I started speaking in their language, and they looked a little confused and kind of lowered the headphones. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. Ameen. Ameen. Truer words were never spoken. Pick them up when you were young, maybe woven in a story that goes back to where you're from. Truer words were never spoken, and for an audience of one. But where you're healed is where you're broken. God knows your native tongue. God knows your native tongue. So build a bridge with what's behind you, the scattered pieces of your past. Build it out over the chasm to the promised land at last. Start a bridge with what's behind you, and God picks up where you've begun. 'Cause where you look is where love finds you, and God knows your native tongue. God knows your native tongue. Jesus spoke in Aramaic, sounds I wouldn't understand. In a local ancient dialect, for the people of that land. No little words can hold a candle to the splendor of the sun that can explain this world of wonder and shine the same on everyone. But little words can hold a candle all your own when darkness comes. They're just the size for us to